Hey guys, Jim here, coming back with another video. Today I wanted to show my support for a friend here in the community, Drew, otherwise known as The Drew, a Vintage Legacy here on YouTube. And he's doing a contest and he just is asking us to do video responses. And so I really wanted to jump in on this one just to show my support for him. He's just a really thoughtful and down-to-earth guy, and he is really knowledgeable about the hobby, cards, and just very creative. And as many others have said, he's just really a great storyteller and has some great stories to tell. And when he started this contest, he was only at 200 subscribers. I believe he's jumped up quite a bit. I think around 260 right now, although I'm not exactly sure of the exact number. But man, he should have a lot more subs than that. He's just a great guy, and like I said, just really knowledgeable in the hobby. And I'm gonna leave a link in the description. So if you're not familiar with the channel, please go on over and check it out. I think you'll like what you see. And so what he's asking for is he's asking us to show some cards and talk about some players. At least, he wants to show maybe a couple of Hall of Famers who have played their whole career and not been part of a winning World Series team. And then he also wants us to show some players who are not Hall of Famers and who did not win a World Series but were otherwise great players. So very cool, very cool idea for a video response. And so right off the bat, you see there, you're looking at two beautiful cards, one of Ted Williams and one of Carl Yastrzemski. So those are my top two favorite Hall of Famers that have not won a World Series. And so Ted Williams, I have this very beautiful 1954 Topps card. And of course, Ted Williams, such a great player. He played 19 years in the major leagues, all with the Red Sox. He had a 2,654 career hits, 521 home runs, a 344 career batting average, and a 122.0 WAR. And the only chance he had at winning a World Series was in 1946 when the Red Sox lost to the St. Louis Cardinals in 7 games. And Ted Williams did not fare very well in that series. He only had 5 hits in 25 at-bats for a 200 average, so he did not help his team very much in that series. And so then you see here Carl Yastrzemski. This is his rookie card. It's a very beautiful card considering the grade. And I have him proudly displayed on my Carl Yastrzemski card stand that my friend Don over at Don's Field of Dreams Cards made for me. So at any rate, Carl Yastrzemski, he had a 23-year Major League career, all with the Red Sox. He managed to compile 3,419 hits, 452 home runs, while batting a 285 batting average and a 96.5 career WAR. He had a couple of chances at becoming a world champion. One was in 1967. Red Sox made it to the World Series. Of course, that was the 1967 Dream Team, Impossible Dream. And the Red Sox unfortunately lost to the St. Louis Cardinals in 7 games. And Yaz actually did his part. He batted 400 in the series, going 10 for 25. He also had an opportunity to become a world champion in 1975 when the Red Sox made it to the World Series and lost to the Cincinnati Reds in 7 games. That was the famous World Series where Carlton Fisk coaxed the home run in Game 6. But anyway, Yaz performed fairly well in that World Series as well, getting 9 hits and 29 at bats for a 310 batting average on the series. But I could go on and on and on talking about these two guys, but what I really want to do is give some attention to some players that were great players. Some of them Hall of Fame worthy, and none of them have won a World Series. So let me start here with Dale Murphy. Very nice 1989 Upper Deck card. This is an error card. It's a reverse negative. This card, while Ken Griffey Jr. rookie card was very popular even right out the gate in 1989, this error card attracted a lot of attention among collectors and really attracted attention to Upper Deck, with collectors chasing after this error card. But anyway, Dale Murphy, he had an 18-year career. He had 2,111 hits, 398 home runs, so he just missed the 400 home run club by 2. And his career batting average was 265. And his career WAR was 46.5. And he was a 1982 and 1983 National League Most Valuable Player. And he also was a 5-time Gold Glove winner. And so he never really he never played in a World Series at all. And the closest he got was in the 1982 when the Braves made it to the National League Championship Series against the St. Louis Cardinals, and they were swept in the series by St. Louis, who went on to win the World Series that year. So there is Dale Murphy. Next, a player that a lot of people believe belongs in the Hall of Fame, and no, not John Hernstein, but Richie Allen, Dick Allen, as he preferred to be called, was a 15-year Major League career. He had 1,848 hits, 351 home runs, a 292 career batting average, and he compiled a 58.7 WAR on the career. He was also the 1964 National League Rookie of the Year, and he was the 1972 American League Most Valuable Player when he played for the Chicago White Sox. And his closest chance he had to being a world champion, he never actually played in the World Series, but in 1976, the Philadelphia Phillies made it to the National League Championship Series versus the Cincinnati Reds, and they were swept by the Reds, who went on to beat the Yankees in the World Series that year. So there is Dick Allen. Next up is one of my all-time favorite people and players, and that is Luis Tiant. And Luis Tiant had a 19-year Major League Baseball career. He won 229 games while losing 172 games and compiled a 3.30 ERA on his career for a 66.1 career WAR. And he was in the 1970 American League Championship Series with the Minnesota Twins. And they lost to the Orioles. They were swept by the Orioles, who went on to win the World Series. And in 1975, he was a big part of the Red Sox team that year that went on to the World Series and were swept by the Reds in 7 games. So Tiant, he was the ERA leader. He was the ERA champion in 1968 with a 1.60 ERA, and also in 1972 where he had a 1.91 ERA. And he was just a big game pitcher. He had water in his veins, and when the game was on the line, or it was a big game, there was no one else you would rather have on the mound than him. And he's gone on to become somewhat of an ambassador to the game of baseball, and he's just a great guy. Just really admire that man. So there's Luis Tiant. Next up, I've got Rafael Palmeiro. So of course, Rafael Palmeiro, you all are familiar with him. He had a 20-year Major League Baseball career. He had 3,020 hits, 569 career home runs, and a 288 batting average with a 71.9 WAR. And he was a three-time Gold Glove winner. He was in the ALCS. Never played in a World Series. He was in the American League Championship Series in 1996 with Baltimore, and they lost to the Yankees. Then he was in the American League Championship Series in 1997 with Baltimore also, and they lost to Cleveland. And then he was with Texas in 1999, and they lost to the Yankees in the American League Division Series. So there's Rafael Palmeiro. Steroids or not, whatever you want to say about that. I mean, the guy probably was an idiot, but definitely a great player. Next up, Todd Helton. Todd Helton had a 17-year Major League career. He had 2,519 hits, 369 home runs, and a 316 career batting average, giving him a 61.8 WAR. And he made it to the 2007 World Series. He played his full career with Colorado, and in the 2007 World Series, Colorado lost to the Red Sox, which made me very happy at the time. And also in 2009, Colorado Rockies made it to the National League Division Series, but lost to Philadelphia. And Helton was a three-time Gold Glove winner as well. So there's Todd Helton. Definitely think he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame personally. Last but not least, I have another Red Sox player. My guy Dwight Evans, Dewey, had a 20-year Major League Baseball career. 19 of them were with the Red Sox. He finished up his final season with the Baltimore Orioles. He had 2,446 hits, 385 home runs, a 272 batting average while compiling a 67.2 win above replacement. And he was an 8-time Gold Glove winner. So he was in the, with the Red Sox, he was in the 1975 World Series where they lost to the Reds in 7 games. He also had a chance at becoming a world champion in 1986 with the Red Sox where they lost to the Mets in 7 games. I'm still bitter over that one, by the way. And in 1988 and in 1990, the Red Sox faced the Oakland A's in the American League Championship Series, and Oakland won those series in 4 games on both occasions. So that's all I got. Made it a little longer than it needed to be, but I just felt like it was a great opportunity to show off some cards and some players that I don't ordinarily talk about. And so check out the link in the description, The Drew, A Vintage Legacy. Check him out. He's a great guy. I'm sure you'll like what you see there. I appreciate everyone watching. That's all I got. Bye for now.